How long have I been muted for? Okay. All right. Fine. We start now, okay? We start now. All right? I've just knocked off the last 2 minutes. Like, fuck that shit. All right? Fuck that shit. Permadodge, okay? Permadodge is playing Inspiration, Chaos, Chronomancer on Staff, Scepter Shield with Strength, Demolishes, looking to have that 1vx engagement with Blurred Inscriptions as sustain for invulnerability uptime, and, of course, spamming through as much power damage as possible, but also applying passive damage via the staff. Laboratory playing the Power Shatter on Sword, Torch, Greatsword. Again, Demolishes Strength, Domination, Dueling and Mirage. Legal Math on Sword, Dagger, Weaver. So this is a side note owner with the Menders, Rune of Earth, etc., etc. Luana playing Chronomancer. So again, they have three Mesmers in their team, which is fucking insane. Again, this is on Chaos, Inspiration, and Chrono. Running Staff, Scepter Shields with Rune of Radiance. And then you have Magoku, who normally plays Core, actually, but I don't know what he's playing right now. Spellbreaker. So again, this is on Strength, Discipline. So actually running Frenzy, Spellbreak. Okay. So that's a 1vx. They actually have like a ton of duelists. They have Node Sustain, Node Sustain, Node Sustain, Node Sustain, and Rotational Damage. Punching Bag is playing Scourge standard build. So this is with Deadshot, Rune of Balthazar, Scepter Torch, and Staff on Curse of Sorry Ping. I'm Not Sup, aka Uriel, is playing 5-round support. This is with Staff, Mace, Shield, Rune of the Monk, Menders on Valor, Honor, and 5-round. Torben on the Rotational Rev on the Sword, Staff Rev. Marauders, Rune of Strength, Devastation, Invocation, and Herald. PMA Angels playing Elixir X Hollow, of course, is the one that I always play. Alchemy Tools, Hollowsmith, with Demolishers, Rune of the Herald, Rifle. And then finally you have Tramadex, who is playing what looks to be like Warrior, but what? Discipline, Strength, Frenzy? No, still playing his old build, playing Tramawar. Okay, so we have 11 minutes and 30 seconds now, because obviously I fucked up and I muted myself because I'm an idiot. So this is not going to have as much fucking coverage as I would like, but it is a close game, so that makes me happy. Now, question is, who do we watch and why? I'm leaning towards watching Tramadex right now, simply because I want to showcase Spellbreaker gameplay, but he's not running the Frenzy build. So I don't know if that's actually a thing, but it's fine, actually. We're going to watch Tramadex. We're going to watch Tramadex. Now, Tramadex is obviously playing a Spellbreaker. The build that he's currently playing is very, very offensive, and its intention is to 1vx. Okay, just note, by the way, he has the full counter bug, so people are going to be, like, weird going into him. That's an actual full counter proc. So, he's actually using Sword as well. I'm not sure if he actually means to be using that. I would kind of be expecting him to use Dagger right now. Maybe he wants it for the extra rotational capabilities, considering that they are all running Node Sustain. Now, you'll watch very closely, and you'll see that he will be switching between evasion mechanics. So he was switching between Greatsword 3, the Shield 5, and then he'll use like evasion frames on, like, for example, there he used Bull's Charge, which is an evasion frame, but it was to gap close. And he does have his full counter when he's expecting damage, which he can use to daze and apply stab and protection to himself. So in this instance, obviously, the enemy team have pushed into him, and he's able to overcome that with, obviously, the rotation of his own team. And, you know, right now, he's bleeding out Laboratory. He's gaining might stacks from having the Magebane tether on Laboratory, and now he's in a 1v1 engagement against another Spellbreaker. Gets the +1 of the Revenant from his team, Torben. Again, that is the Magebane tether that is currently increasing his might stack. So that was actually Bull's Charge into the Greatsword F1, followed up with the Greatsword 3. So again, he's using quick succession combos in order to create very heavy damage in quick succession. And obviously, right now, he's not even looking to immediately stop Magoku. He still has Torben around here to create pressure on Luana. Luana won't be getting anything out of this. Finishes off Magoku with the F1. Arcing Slice does a ton of damage, and that's your main damage source. But you can see that he's not moving off the node, really. His actual gameplay methodology is just to maintain node ownership, even as players approach, and then if he needs to, he will disengage. He isolated out a weak target here. He knows that this is a 2v3, so Giving up node ownership in this case was actually smart, so he's not forcing himself to eat damage from all sources. He's isolating one target, which is Laboratory. He's going in on it with Torben. They're both focusing on Laboratory right now. The Firebrand sustain is in close proximity, so he does have, like, you know, some healthy potential coming up. Luana going through the immunity phases. Tries to pull. Gets the pull on Luana with the Magebane Tether. Misses the Arcing Slice. Greatsword 3's through. So, you know, you can use Whirlwind Attack as a method of actually, you know, just doing flat damage. But you can also use it as a method of, you know, evading a very important mechanic. So we do have we have both Chronomancers actually pushing Tramadex right now. If he uses his like shield 5 correctly, then he won't be pressured here. Luana disengaging. Again, Tramadex, no, he was never going to feel pressured by the double chrono. Misses the Arcing Slice, but hits Greatsword 3. Greatsword 5 gets interrupted by the ledge. Full counter does not get procced. Misses the shield 4. So that was a stun. Right now, he's just trying to, like, wait for an opportunity to lock him down. So he uses Rampage, I guess, to push out a lot of CC. Rampage does more than enough damage. The Arcing Slice actually misses. So all he did there was actually, he waited for the Might stack. So he has, like, 21 stacks in Might right now. Used the Rampage, hit him, like, twice for, you know, 7k plus. And completely decimated him. Again, had the pressure of Torben as well. But now they're back in a 2v2 with the downstate body. So this is a 2v3. Laboratory will be the priority target. Blocking all the damage there with the shield 5. Pulls him back with the Magebane Tether. Greatsword 3 misses. Greatsword 5 to follow up. Still has Bull's Charge being used as well. Full counter does not get activated. He has no way to res Torben. So again, now he's in a 1v2. He's using line of sight here. He's not, like, standing AFK on the node. Does have full counter available. Gets the proc. Has Greatsword 3 at his disposal. He'll use that before he switches. Goes into the shield stance to follow up. So again, going through the evasion mechanics. Game is incredibly close, by the way. His team are coming back because the, you know, Luana's team insist on investing into him. But, you know, the rest of the blue team members aren't actually making much map pressure off this. So again, tries to get the pull with the Magebane Tether, but Luana used the invulnerability. There's the double invuln. Gains the Aegis from walking through the chaos. There we go. So all he did there, if you notice that, he doesn't sit in Rampage just auto-attacking normal. He'll land like a CC, and then he'll switch straight out to Greatsword and try and land the F1. That in itself is to gain the Magebane Tether, but also because it does a ton of damage. There's no way that Tramadex can actually secure that kill on Luana. So what Tramadex is doing right now is he's engaging in the team fight, or perhaps he's going to push in towards the far node so that he can create alternative pressure. His Necromancer is currently on his close, so he doesn't actually have to worry about that. Trying to get the full counter to, you know, delay this as much as possible and to try and resustain on PMA, aka Angels. Revenant trying to look after the node into Luana. And now Tramadex is going to push in towards the far node to create pressure into Legal Math. So this is going to be a pretty interesting matchup. I think that this is obviously skill-based from Tramadex's perspective. The Weaver could just, like, non-stop evade. So if Illegal Math manages to dodge all of Tramadex's interrupts and knockdowns, he'll never get the pressure necessary to get the Weaver off node. Eats the Elite. Okay, so the immediate invuln comes out. So Tramadex forced that by using the Bull's Charge. I guess he realized he's not actually going to create that pressure. Now, the blue team are kind of failing across the map. There's not really much that Tramadex can do. Obviously, the more that he actually contests into Illegal Math, the better it is for his team, because, you know, Illegal Math needs to be pressured away from the node. He needs a +1. Again, so he actually, I don't know if you noticed that, but he action canceled the Greatsword 3 before he went out of the node. So you can actually do that. If you use your Greatsword 3 before you go out of the node, just weapon swap. Gets the pull. Tries to follow up. He actually stowed the shield because he saw that Illegal Math was dodge rolling. Shield 5 is sustained. Full counter. Gets the full counter. Gets a hit on that, actually. So he actually landed the full counter. Sorry, the F1. So he actually lands the Magebane Tether. So now he's got some might up time, and now he's looking to do some damage with Rampage. Illegal Math playing this exceptionally well, by the way. Dodges the F1 again. Weapon swaps the Greatsword 3. We didn't really see much movement, but obviously, again, we do see that you have, Tramadex going through those successions of evasion mechanics. Now, one thing he does have that most people don't have at the moment is Signet of Stamina, which is obviously additional endurance, and that's something that was in the old meta build. Now you replace that with Frenzy, but otherwise the build pretty much remains the same. There are a few exceptions to that build. You can play like Izuki's Mace CC build. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, that was some pretty standard Spellbreaker gameplay where, you're forcing number disadvantages for the enemy team so that your team gains a benefit across the map. Unfortunately, the red team just came back from that as the blue team didn't manage to do anything for about 5 minutes.